Hello everybody, it's March 28th, 2012. My name is Neil Malik and this is episode number 11, Fun with VLOOKUP. As you can tell from the shark and the little music that was just playing there, we are participating in VLOOKUP Week this week. Please check out the link down in the description of vlookupweek.wordpress.com. It's a week-long event sort of around the idea that everybody should know much more about how VLOOKUP works because it's a very powerful, very useful function. Mr. Excel himself is actually putting this on, so big names there. Yeah. So what we're going to do here is we're going to investigate VLOOKUP. We're also going to pack in a little bit of nesting functions, and we're also going to use data validation to do something really rather nice, really rather useful. For those of you who've never investigated VLOOKUP before, again, vlookupweek.wordpress.com down in the description, or you can follow the link to last week's webinar about VLOOKUP that I am posting, so feel free to watch that as well. So VLOOKUP, really simple. I have this table of information here. I want to look vertically down the table of information until I find the record that I'm looking for, and then I want to retrieve one of the columns of information. In this case, maybe the phone extension or something along those lines. So there's a real simple way that VLOOKUP works. You look for the ID number in that table, and then you tell it which column index number you want to retrieve. In this case, the phone extension is in column number 4, and so you can retrieve column number 4, and there you have it, 148. Now, there's a problem with doing this, and that is you always have to know what column of information you want to retrieve. And if I'm doing this as sort of a nice, easy, user-friendly type of tool, where somebody is coming in and saying, I just want to, knowing which ID number it is, I want to know what their building number is, or what their phone extension is, or any of those sorts of things. So what I'm going to do is, instead of using the column index number in that function, I'm going to replace it with what's called the match function. For those of you who've never seen it before, the match function says if you give me a value of some kind and then you tell me where to go look for it, I can tell you where it is in that set. So in our case, we use phone extension, we do a lookup over to this array of values that's over here. And when we do so, what's going to do is going to find me the column index number. So let's go ahead and see this in action. If we do the VLOOKUP function again, we use the same ID number again, we use the same table again, but this time around, instead of typing in column index 4, what we do is we put in the match function, we say find me this phone extension over there in that set of information, and use that as the column number. And so now all I have to do is I just switch from phone extension to last name or whatever it is, and that'll find me the new piece of information. Let's see that in action here using data validation. So the way data validation works is we can take a cell and we can say use a list of values as the potential values that are in the drop-down. And so here we can highlight that list of values, the different column labels. Now we have a drop-down menu that has phone extension in it and it has last name in it and those sorts of things. So again, we can do the same thing. VLOOKUP function, look for the ID number over in that table. Do the match function to identify phone extension or whatever it is over in that table, and then go ahead and bring me back that piece of information. So if we use phone extension, you can see that it retrieves that piece of information, but if we use our drop-down menu and go ahead and choose last name or first name or building number or whatever it is, you can see it retrieves some new piece of information. So VLOOKUP, really powerful function, allows you to go retrieve some piece of information. If we piece it together with two other things, the match function and data validation, we're able to find any piece of information we want, whenever we want it. We're able to make it as easy to use as possible. That's it for today. Thanks for watching episode number 11. And remember, be legend, wait for it, dairy at what you do.